Feature event, the Cyril Flower. Often racing. Norwich out like a shot from Snowdome. Man Crush stepped away far more effectively today. Lob running third, Twain's Angel directly on his inside soon after the start. Then Ollie's Choice VAR start. Norwich though at the 900 leading the way, and predictably so. Norwich by a length. Running second Snowdome, a length and a half then to the favourite Twain's Angel, being shaded by Man Crush, and they appear to be going along at a very good gallop. Further back then Ollie's Choice VAR start. The rail is last. 650 left to go in the Cyril Flower, and it's Norwich is going to run them hard. Norwich a length and a quarter, Snowdome a length and a half away then to Man Crush. Has got Twain's Angel tucked away right where he wants him coming into the corner. He's about to let him go. Ollie's Choice and Vast up, but they'd set sail for the judge, and Norwich about to be joined by Snowdome. Norwich, Snowdome together over on the outside. Man Crush holding Twain's Angel in a zip fastened pocket, but not going well enough either. Snowdome burst to the lead at the 100 mark, and Snowdome pricked his ears up, put pay to them, and is going to destroy them in the Cyril Flower. Snowdome easily 2.5 lengths. Twain's Angel finally got clear, made up ground to grab second. Norwich, Man Crush for third in a photo from Ollie's Choice, and back there rounding them all up is Vast Art. Well, it's Snowdome. His turn came this afternoon. He brought his best. Brad Parnham continues his flurry of winners on this program and has birded home another. Number 2, Snowdome, second up after getting beaten 3 in the Scenic Blast by Twain's Angel. He's beaten them by the same margin today. 3 lengths, 6-length turnaround here on Twain's Angel in 109.43. They looked as though they were rocketing along, and the time certainly indicates that. Norwich third, Man Crush, who tried to hold Twain's Angel in that pocket most of the way, but he wasn't going well enough to hold her there ultimately, although the bird had flown by then. Snowdome had taken off, kicked away, and has gone on to record a very soft win. 3 by 3/4, home in 34.24. Been a while since he won a race, 462 days, but he's a former Sires Produce winner as the 2-year-old for Nev, Carol and Parnham, Santo Walliardo, Mike Fagan and Bobby Pearson. Trained by Nifty Neville, and that's a double for him. Brad Parnham continues a flurry of winners on this big card of racing. Second home, Twain's Angel by Toronado, Sean J. Casey with Matty Derrick aboard. Third going the way of number 5 in Norwich by Demerit, trained by Karen Kersley, ridden by Shooter McGruddy. But it's Snowdome, his 8th win in 24. He's not done a lot of racing over the last couple of seasons as a 5-year-old, but today good to see him back in the winner's circle for the Neville Parnham stable, who are bullish about his chances, providing he could bring his very best form back to this type of grade. Now the next event will be the Swan Draft Handicap over 1,200 metres. 9 will do battle. They'll go at 4.52. Lockie Taylor's down in the yard, and if you followed the mail from Nifty Nev earlier on in the day, you would have had a little piece of the 9.50 pie about Snowdome, which has certainly put them away, and one with a fair bit in reserve.
Absolutely, Darren. Thank you very much. Neville Parnham joins me now. Neville, when we spoke earlier on in the day, I asked you who was the horse that you were most looking forward to saddling up. Other than Playfair in the opener, that was the prior to the running of race number 1. You said one word, Snowdome. That was some win.
Yeah, look, I thought he was right back on track. I've been pretty happy with the horse over the last couple of weeks, and I actually thought he was a bird today. I just was surprised at the price of him, because he, when he's on song, he's probably better than any of these horses, and he's beaten Man Crush a few times. Beat him in the Prince of Wales, I think, last year, or the year before now. He's been going really good. I'm really happy with the horse, and Brad rode him a treat, no set plan. I said just ride it as you see it, and he summed it up well, and he just tracked in the race. Norwich give him a good card up at a pretty strong tempo, and he let down beautifully.
Talk us through the last 12 to 18 months for Snowdome. Was he caught in the wilderness at all, or did you always have confidence in the horse that if you could get him back to this type of grade and have him right, that it'd be very hard to beat?
Actually, he, just over 12 months ago, he won the Prince of Wales first up, and then he I think I went to the Winterbottom after that, and he pulled up with a bit of a fat joint, and we treated it. We just thought it was, you know, just a little bit of inflammation there and that, and we sort of went with that for quite a while. We took him down to the Bluff Knoll. He was a bit similar there. He just had just that little bit of inflammation in his fetlock. Couldn't really see much on it. But so eventually it was Pete Harding sort of did some extensive different shots of his fetlock joint and found that he actually had a similar problem to Vela Road. So he said, give him a really good longe with the bottom of his condyle, and he said, give him a good break, which he had about 5 months off. And when we brought him back and re-x-rayed him, it was perfect. And we give him a good pre-training out at Wayne Kylie's on the water treadmill and high-speed treadmill out there, and he was super happy with him. We had a little bit of a hiccup for his first up run, but which we didn't get there. We had to scratch him, and then he went straight into the Winterbottom, and the tempo was just too strong, and he wasn't right. But so over we gelded him after the Bluff Knoll, and then fast forward to what I was just talking about then, and then we were set to run him in the Summer Scorcher in those races, and he got a really bad virus, and it sort of really knocked him for 6, and he was a bit down and out, and we didn't know if we'd have to spell him or not, but you know, he's got a good constitution and he's pretty tough, so he was able to work through that, and we were just patient with him, and thought his first up run from that virus that he had, I thought that was a pretty sound effort, and today, you know, riding him to his strength, and that's for pace, and he let down beautifully.
An outstanding training performance, Neville. Well done.
Cheers, thanks.
There's Neville Parnham, and here's his son Brad after a treble.
As the horses make their way into the yard for the next race, but Bradley Parnham's going to join us now. Snowdome Bradley, when he's at his best, he's a very nice animal.
Yeah, that's right. We have seen him at his best beat some pretty handy horses, and unfortunately he doesn't always bring it to the races, but yeah, look, my plan was just to, in a small field, just to try and have him travelling as strong as he could throughout, and it was never really my plan one way or the other to be that close or not, but he was always travelling, and as I pulled him out, he actually trucked his way up to the leader, and I think when he does that on his own, that's when he performs at his best.
And that was probably the most impressive part watching it live, was that the fact that Norwich goes very quick and they've comfortably broken 1:10, but yet Snowdome was in a beautiful rhythm from a long way out.
Yeah, he's just a funny bugger like that. He's got the ability to do it, but he's got to want to do it himself. I think when he races in probably higher pressure races, and I'm having to niggle him a little bit, he just seems to spit it. So yeah, thankfully it worked today, and yeah, who knows? See what happens from here.
Well done on the treble.
Thanks, Scotty.
There's Brad Farnham. Talk about timing. Well done, Scott. You set Bradley up a treat there. But Brad combines with father Neville. They're having a day to remember, and great to see Snowdome back at his best in taking out the feature of this afternoon's program, the Bisley Workwear Silk Flower Stakes.